What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be going through and showing you a super secret technique that I've been using with my 808s. Actually, it's not that secret, but it's something I did pick up along the way that I don't see a lot of people using, and I haven't really seen any tutorials out, so I figured I'd show you guys. So let's get into it.
Perfect.
Before we jump into this tutorial, let me just say, when I tried to load up this project, there was a big fat text that popped up in the middle of my screen that basically said, F you for trying to open up 4 different instances of Omnisphere at the same time. So what I did is I went ahead and just tracked out the melodies and drug them back in wave format, and it seemed to have done the trick, so there shouldn't be any issues. I chose this track because I thought it was a pretty good reference because it displays the exact technique that the super secret technique that we used on this track for the 808s. This is a collab beat that we did called Astro Dome, and I will cue you in on what I want you to listen to specifically. So let's get into it.
Perfect.
It's like it's right here, right there. Yep. That's the technique. That's the super secret technique. I coined the 808 technique as cheap whores, period. And the reason for that is because the main component to making your 808s sound like that is to add delay. And a whores period is always delayed. So, yeah, let me bring this pattern in over here. Should be good. Let me see. Okay, so this is how it sounds. Coming in just alone, the 808 alone.
Perfect.
Okay. So for this track in particular, we used 3 different 808s for this track. We just ran with it. The sauce was there, so we just ran with it. But so one of the things you can do is definitely clone your 808 that you want to use. You don't have to, but it's typically just better because it has the same aesthetic. And you're gonna bring it into the mixer, and where is it? Right here, 20. Should be that one. Yep. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to add a delay, and the delay will give that really cool ambient, like, it just gives like a really cool atmospheric effect. Let me solo this so you can hear. So it sounds pretty cool. And combining that with the other 808s sounds pretty badass, because we do the same thing here where we slide the 808s. Like we had a slide up here as well. And all that combined in unison sounded really damn cool. So we just kept that in there. But this is how that sounds right at the end. Like, it gives a really cool effect. So with the delay, you are going to pan it. So I'm going to redo it so you guys see exactly what we do. So blah, 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 blah. Come here. Fruity delay dose. Set it to 8. You can set it to whatever you want. You can get some cool effects with 2, and you can set it to 4 as well. I think we did 8 steps for this one. Ping pong the sound, and then drag the input so it bounces from ear to ear. It pans on its own. So that's what gave it this effect. Then what you want to do, because you don't want the low end to clash, you want it just as like a cool what's the word? Like a complement to the main 808. You're going to add an EQ, and you're going to cut out the low end, so just the mid and high frequencies are in there. So it'll give a dope effect when all added together. There you go to this one. Right here.
Perfect.
Where's the kick? Sounds good with the kick. So play around a lot when you do this. Another thing you could do too is add reverb to the pattern as well. It'll give even more deeper atmospheric effect. I think with our track in particular, the aesthetic was already there, so we just left it as it was without the reverb. This is how it sounds just as that. Let me turn these down.
Perfect. Perfect.
Where is that perk? So the reverb is cool too. You can hear it like has like a well sound to it. So something you want to keep in mind when you're using this technique is that you want to use mostly a good amount of slides, because the slides are what give it a pretty cool effect. It sounds okay. Is that it? It sounds okay if you just use it normally, or if you are just going to use it normally without slides, make sure you have it at a pretty high octave, so it gives a cool effect. But other than that, there's not really much to it. It's something you can. It's just like something you can add to your toolbox as another arsenal to use. Something you can use to fill out or make a 808 progression a little more complex. Yeah, so basically that's it. I don't want these tutorials to be super long. I'm just gonna really focus on very particular ideas. Like this is strictly just an 808 technique tutorial, just one out of the millions, which gives me a lot of content too. If you liked it, please drop a like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. It should be popping up in the bottom left sometime throughout the video. It should be going throughout the video. Love y'all. Peace. Thanks.